I'm in the middle of something.
There's a cause for your defeat. You took chance on your foot.
Oh, for the love of dog trappings. All over my new sandals, too. Damn.
Finest merchandise around.
Jalar hopes you have a good reason for interrupting his meal. You're either the best-dressed beggar I have ever seen, or this is some kind of con. What's your game, Walker? What? You want to buy this one's leftovers? That is... odd, but you've got a deal. I've been wanting to try out some of the sugared jerky from the stall down the row anyway. All yours, Walker.
My hero returns with the dread Bertel in tow. Surely the creature is under some powerful spell. Your magics astound even me. Ah, indeed you do. The Gorger of Glenumbra captured once more. Its bestial intellect swayed by the promise of grisly table scraps. This fool, could you work with me here? It's part of the mystique. Just take your gold and act astounded, all right? The Gorger of Glenumbra returns! Feast your eyes on his rippling musculature before he regains his appetite and feasts upon us all!
Who taught you to ride? A book?
I expected sorrow and despair, but the situation here goes beyond even my prophetic inklings. On the surface, yes, but peace through tyranny provides false harmony. Euraxia uses fear and threats of violence to keep the Khajiit in line, making them second-class citizens in their own province. It appalls me to think Euraxia and I are related. It would be better if I showed you. Follow me, and I'll demonstrate the true depths of my half-sister's villainy. Her grip on Rimmen is far tighter than it appears. Very well. But what I'm about to show you isn't for the faint of heart. Follow me. Have you ever visited a Rimmen workhouse? They treat the Khajiiti
I'm
workers
hearing
worse than
troubling
slaves.
rumors about Ashen Scar. Undead, mainly. I guess I can mark visiting there off my list.
Ah, yes. The stories of an undead plague there makes this one's fur stand on
It's that
end.
building over there.
Will we be seeing
For most of
throngs
Rimmen's
undead
Khajiit, it's the
marching out
only
of their
job
necks?
available to them.
This!
You haven't heard that a necromancer is trying to stop the undead.
The workhouse serves to snare the poor and the destitute, those who fall behind on their debts. They come here to find employment and earn a decent wage, but the costs deducted to pay for room and board leave them worse off than they were before. One of the first things Euraxia did after declaring herself queen was to institute tariffs and fines that apply only to Khajiiti citizens. No one else needs the workhouse. A cruel tactic, but effective. The Rimmen Khajiit? No. Any complaints incur fines for causing a public disturbance or some other inane ordinance. No one wants to risk falling even further into debt. It's ingenious. Monstrous, but ingenious. Oh, Euraxia is clever. She pays the Khajiiti, and the workhouse isn't technically a prison. On the surface, it appears to be a place that helps society's unfortunates, but underneath, it's slavery without any of the uncomfortable trappings. Now, let's visit the Rimmon marketplace. Take a look around. Business seems to be thriving, but appearances can be deceiving. It may be hard to see, but the Khajiiti merchants struggle to keep their stalls open, while the less bestial business people rake in the profits. Euraxia would have you believe it's a matter of work ethic, but we know better. Unfairly doesn't begin to cover it. Khajiiti merchants must deal with high tariffs, extra inspection fees, costly licenses. Euraxia's squeezing them for every piece of gold imaginable. She even instituted a fur tax. On the surface, it seems reasonable to make Khajiiti pay for extra inspections to ensure their fur isn't getting into the products they sell. And while they do shed, it's just another way to discriminate against the rightful citizens of this land. Come along. I want to show you the improvements Euraxia made to the palace walls. See the trebuchets? Notice how they're aimed into the city below. See how the siege weapons sit upon the walls? When it comes right down to it, you're looking at the secret of my half-sister's success. How else do you think Euraxia maintains order and keeps the Elsweyr defense force at bay? She declared publicly, and has repeated often, that any attempt to liberate Rimmon will see her unleash the full fury of the siege weapons upon the city. If Euraxia can't have Rimmon, then neither can anyone else. She'd destroy the city in a heartbeat if she thought she was in danger of losing control. Of course, she tells her non-bestial subjects that only the Khajiiti districts are targeted. Absolutely not. But the lie makes her supporters feel better. The Khajiit know that even a peaceful protest could result in the destruction of Rimmon. So far, no one has dared to challenge Euraxia's will in this matter, and for good reason. When we get to the palace, let me do the talking. As the Elder Tharn, I'll demonstrate my dominance over Euraxia and negotiate a cessation of hostilities.
Here come Queen Euraxia's guests now. I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow. I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confidant, Sir Cadwell the Betrayer. Ah, yes. The Betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the dark night that once walked these lands. I exhumed his remains and reanimated him. Well, his head. It was all I could find. My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one.
Your insults won't hasten the process, betrayer.
But there's a terrible draft in what used to be my nether regions.
Presenting Abner Tharn, Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, your arrival. It's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen is...
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
You heard her. Good luck.
My sources indicated that my son's murderer was somewhat taller. Ah, well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with the monster who murdered my dear Javad? And you killed him for that? By whose authority do you play judge, jury, and executioner? Oh, to think I once dreamed of torturing you for 12 years, but I see now that you're not worth the effort. So, why come to me about the dragons? You think that your flowery words will cause me to slip and reveal my deepest, darkest plan? Oh, how little you understand the mind of a Tharn. Instead, I think I will take you to the dungeons. Make you beg for mercy before I give your remains to Foom. Flowery words won't sway me, sun killer. But you are correct about one thing. Mulomnir and I have a special relationship. An understanding. The dragons will secure my control of Elsweyr. With their help, nothing can stop me. Enough! Zumog Foom, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Adaptorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given. Now, half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I think not. Well, I suppose that could have gone better. I prepared for Euraxia's probable betrayal. Unfortunately, my teleport spell wasn't quite able to penetrate the palace wards, so we wound up down here, in the palace sewer. We heard two things of note. First, Euraxian forces have invaded the Desert Wind Adeptorium for some insidious purpose. And second, my vile half-sister ordered an attack on Riverhold. One thing at a time, my companion, one thing at a time. I need to recover my strength after teleporting us into this skeever hole. I'll need your help to get out of here. Then we can deal with both Desert Wind and Riverhold. My age is finally catching up with me. Thank you so much for poking that open wound. Magic takes a toll on the body. I've been wielding powerful forces since before you were born. There's always a cost. You'd do well to remember that. Eventually. Quicker if you stop badgering me about it. My strength will return, it always does. Now get us out of this sewer so we can warn both Desert Wind and Riverhold.
Rats in the sewer, just as the Queen anticipated.
Restrain the traitors!
Well, that's an experience I won't be adding to my memoirs. We'll separate here. Make it harder for Euraxia's lackeys to follow us. Now. Things actually turned out better than I expected. We know that Euraxia wants some and warn Garishri. We'll make sure the city is ready for the attack. Meanwhile, you find out what's happening at the Desert Wind Adeptorium. Adeptoriums serve the same function as monasteries in other parts of Tamriel. Desert Wind and its adepts are dedicated to the Jan Kaj, literally the Order of the Desert Wind. Note that it has numerous entrances, in case the main door is blocked.
Shore's bones. Rigert knew he should have brought more mead. Rigert's favorite diplomatic assistant. How have you been? Rigert has been busy bringing cultures together like a delicious stew made of strangers. Now, Rigert. As soon as Rigert returned home from successful diplomatic endeavoring, the Skald King sent him to Elsweyr with gifts for the cats. Rigert is all so many ways. First, a courier brought Rigert's package to Riverhold instead of Rimmen. Then, as our ship was boarding, a werebearer... Thank you, friend. Retrieve Rigert's package from Thadara in the Riverhold marketplace and meet me after in the Stitches. Rigert's diplomacy waits for no man, or woman, or cat. But be careful. Sweaty threats fill Elsweyr's deserts. The finest coats in all of Skyrim. A gift for Canon Reeve Jusdo to make peace between the Nords and Khajiit. Rigert would already have them if his courier wasn't completely incontinent. The package was delivered to Thadara in Riverhold Marketplace. It's impossible to find Windhelm-worthy honey in Elsweyr, but this cat merchant says honey flowers from Merryvale Moon sugar farms will work for baking sweetbread. Rigert's cooking is sure to make peace between the Nords... Rigert hired Skyrim's best band, the Screaming Mammoths, to play for Lady Issa. She has great influence with the cats, so Rigert needs to gain her favors to clinch peace. Thank you. The Skald King charged Rigert with handling all matters that are out of his sight, so Rigert has been very busy, friend. It's difficult work, and it...
Rejoice! Alkosh has come to save us! Do you hear it? Aha! More faithful heed the call. You wish to go to Sunspire Temple and pray before divine Alkosh yourself? Natrara will take you. Oh, a wondrous thing! A true miracle! The Dragon King of Cats, Alkosh incarnate, has descended on the temple to lead his stray kin back to the righteous path. Will you heed his call? No, Walker, a god, the first of the divine litter, Alkosh. Maybe you know him by his other names. Akatosh, dragon god of time, Oriel, all aspects of the first cat. Have faith. When we reach Sunspire, hop in my cart when you're ready for the journey, and I will take you to Priestess Shalani, though it would behoove me to depart with a full cart. Perhaps you'd help Natrada gather more faithful. A dozen would do, but she will take you either way. You may think Khajiit only worshipped the moons and looked to the little Thar for guidance, but all the divines have a vital role to play. Yes, he's come to deliver us from these... She is an attendant of...
More fresh faces on their pilgrimage to the divine. Ah, Natrada has a gift for spotting those with faith. Then present yourself to our bishop, Azinjo. With his blessing, may Alkosh grace you with long life and a clear path.
Sweet and airy, with a hint of crunch.
Congratulations on finding the finest cloth merchant. Ah, Thadara was wondering how much longer she would need to keep this stinking thing in her shop. The courier who brought Rigert's rotten package was promised payment upon delivery. Thadara assumed someone would eventually come to claim its disgust. You can see the courier's invoice for yourself. Thadara wouldn't want you to think you are being cheated. Everything seems correct, yes? Thank you, friend. The Dara had doubts about accepting a strange package that smells like curdled dog slobber, but it felt like the right thing to do. Please.
Can never have enough of that.
My helpful friend. Ah, Rigard forgot about the fee. You will find this shocking, but Rigard forgets many. Canon Reeve Jusdo of Alabaster. I am Rigard of Windhelm. On behalf of the Skald King, I present you with a gift of peace from the Nords to bring our cultures closer.
Is your gift rancid cabbage? Because it smells like rancid cabbage.
Not at all! Rigard brought our finest snowy saber cat coats, although they may have been stored near cabbage. And the cabbage may have gone bad.
Your gift is clothes made from slaughtered cats? This isn't a peace offering, it is a war crime!
These are the finest coats in all of Windhelm. Who wouldn't want to be wrapped in our warm and luscious... cat skins?
Tell your Skald King that if he wants our war to continue, Queen Irene will be happy to oblige.
Rigard's message will be heard by Queen Irene, leader of the Altmeri Dominion? Rigard feels so important.
Fine goods for sale. Yeah.
Seal the gates. Let no Euraxian enter this holy place.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
I never used to fight this much, until I met you.
Light it!
Invaders! This one will not allow you to enter this holy place. You do not look like one of the Usurper Queen's soldiers. Who are you, and what are you doing down here? The Speaker of the Main sent you? This one expected we were on our own, what with the dragons and the battles to the north. Zamorak came down here to seal this path, but now he thinks the Euraxians seek the Grand Adept. Desert Wind holds many Khajiit secrets, and the keeper of those secrets is the Grand Adept. If you truly want to help, follow Zamorak to the Grand Adept's chambers. Nine Winds, no! Get to the door! Go! Save the Grand Adept! Zamorak cannot hold this for long! Go! This one will find another way inside.
You're too late. The Grand Adept revealed all before I killed her. I will wipe out... Please! Help me! Don't let Zumog Foom take my soul! Zumog Foom! This is the Necromancer's doing. Even in death, I continue to serve. He called it a blessing. Said it would protect me. Damn him! He claimed my soul! We came for an ancient secret, protected by the Grand Adept. She put up a good fight, I'll give her that. Zumog Foom seeks the location of the betrayer's body parts. I learned where the dismembered corpse was hidden. Now, please.
You are wrong. The secret belongs to me. What the Battle Mage knew in life, she whispers to me in death. Soon Riverhold will fall, and the betrayer will be restored.
Let the fourth wind open the way. Grand Adept! No! Zamorak has failed. This one was too slow. Again. What has happened here? Who killed the Grand Adept? Zamorak thanks you for avenging the Grand Adept. But why did they attack this peaceful Adeptorium? Why kill a harm? The Usurper Queen made a mistake when she had the Grand Adept killed. Whatever they came to find had an unintended consequence. It has roused the students of the Desert Winds. Zamorak pledges the Adepts to Gareshri's cause. Euraxia will fall. We are not many, but we are strong. The Adepts of the Desert Wind will aid the city. Zamorak will see you there.
Such pain.
I informed Garesh Ree and Chimera about what happened in Rimmon. They're mobilizing our remaining... I often wondered who Cadwell was before he became a soul shriven. I know the tales of the betrayer, but I never equated the two. The Cadwell we know is so... not that. We'll deal with Zumog Foom after we save Riverhold. Anything else to report? Well, that's a bit of welcome news. Many of the adepts have remarkable martial skills that we could surely make use of. For now, recover your strength and prepare yourself. Euraxia's forces will arrive soon, and we'll need you ready for the battle to come. And here, take this. Multiple Cadwells, necromancers, dragons, and now Euraxian soldiers marching on Riverhold. This day just keeps getting better and better. Regardless, there's much to do and not a lot of time to do it. Yes, but Garesh Ree's scouts report that they're on their way. Our parley seems to have aroused Euraxia's anger. What remains of Elsweyr's militia has taken up positions around town, but Garesh Ree has placed the defense of the city in Chimera's hands. She moves the Desert Wind adepts, every volunteer she could. Find Chimera outside and see what she requires. Euraxian soldiers will soon reach Riverhold. When that happens, all oblivion will break loose. You must have taken...
I sent Chimera out to coordinate the city's defenses while Tharn and I continue to refine our strategy. Can we hold this city, or should we fall back? I hope the battle mage... Chimera knows Riverhold and its people well. Her training has prepared her for this. She is more than capable of organizing our defenses and converting our strategies into actionable tactics. When Euraxia first conquered our home, she occupied the entire upper tier of northern Elsweyr, from Riverhold to Rimmon. It took many years and much blood to retake the northwest and confine her to Rimmon. I have no doubt she will attack. It won't be easy, but our strategy is sound and Chimera excels at executing tactics. Between Captain Nalado's remaining warriors and the desert...
We need your cart to help barricade the city, Grishka. The main will compensate you for any damage.
In the tiny little nook.
I knew nothing good would come of Abner Tarn's efforts to make peace with the usurper queen. Now she turns her attention to River. So many have answered the call. Zamorak and the Desert Wind adepts, the people of Riverhold. Even that strange Cadwell. And now you, Fiveclaw. Excellent! The outlying farms are vulnerable to attack. We need to get the farmers inside the walls before Euraxia's forces arrive. Go to Greenleaf Farm and convince Zazi to move.
Wait, Walker. Zamorak will accompany you. This one would go with you to the Greenleaf Farm. The farmers there were kind when Zamorak passed that way on exile. Circumstances forced Zamorak to leave the land he loves. This one never imagined returning to Elsweyr, but here he is. Zamorak will help, though he prefers to utilize... Zamorak understands, but that may be easier said than done. The last time this one used his martial skills, well, things did not go well. We can discuss this more later. Now let us go help the farmers. The farm lies to the northwest of the town. The fastest way to reach the farm is through the gate in the western wall. That's here. We
Torch
expected
it!
an attack from the east and south, but they've somehow encircled the town.
Get out, servant of the usurper queen. Before this one, close your eyes. Who are you to burst into our home without permission? Wait, this one recognizes the brawny adept standing behind you. What do you want with Zazie and her family? The Euraxians are already here. They seem to be searching for something, though so far they have left us alone. But this one's mate and brother, Kinaro and Hirsch, they are... You would do that? Thank you, Walker. Kinaro would try to hide, but my brother, Hirsch, can be hot-headed, and he hates the Euraxians. A lethal combination when faced with Euraxian steel. Please, hurry. This one's son plans to join the militia. Zazie would rather keep him safe, but children never appreciate the advice of their elders. A few small caves lie to the west, in the hills. We use them for...
I should be the one to search for father and uncle.
Hey! You'll do no such thing!
Stay back! Go away! Haven't you done enough? Zazie, is she safe? Thank Joan and Jode. Dark moons, what a disaster. The soldiers appeared and chased us out of the fields. Then they started digging. Hirsch threw a rock. They responded with an arrow. Now my mate's brother is dead. I heard one of the soldiers mention body parts. Such gruesome work. But no one is buried in our fields, at least as far as I know. Oh, Walker, I have no idea how Zazie will react to the news of Hirsch's death.
This one will say the words to guide Hirsch to the sands behind the stars.
Thank you, Adept. I'll go and break the sad news to Zazie. We all grieve for Hirsch, Miniza.
I don't suppose we have anything to cook.
This one's brother now walks the endless sands behind the stars. Zazi's sorrow is only eclipsed by the hatred she feels towards the Araxians. This one's brother would want us to stay here and defend our farm. Zazi would be a poor sister and a poorer matriarch of this family if she tucked her tail between her legs and slunk away. But... Damn you, Walker! We can't even spare a moment to take care of Hirsch's remains? No. The living are more important than the dead. We will go into the city. However, if this one gets killed anyway, she promises to haunt you.
Ah, 5 Claw. Good. I have another task for you. I hoped to catch you before you were done here. I need you to head west. Nalado's scouts identified a number of Euraxian supply camps set up near the mountains. I want you to help Nalado and her soldiers disrupt the Euraxian supply lines. These western camps support the soldiers that encircle the city. Find the camps, startle their horses, and set fire to their wagons. Nalado's soldiers will grab whatever supplies they can, but your goal is to inflict mayhem and destruction. Once you scare off the horses and set fire to the wagons, that will be the signal for Nalado's soldiers to grab the supplies. And if any of the Euraxians complain, feel free to deal with them however you see fit. Zumog Fum! He wants to resurrect the betrayer from the ancient tales of Kunzari. Ever since Abner Tharn made the Moonsingers recall those legends, we have been haunted by them. But do some damage, 5 Claw.
Quickly, take as much as you can carry.
nice little present from Beck, eh? Beck, I hope you're watching.
Sleek and lively. Grab what you can. Well done, Five Claw. Let's talk over there.
Nice hole. I'm still here. Thanks for asking. Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
You come here looking for a fight? All right then, let's fight!
Get them! Get them!
Just watch me! I'm on it! Oh, you're going to pay for that! This won't be good for business.
All right, don't cry for mummy.
Get back, you betcha!
those too often.
I'm hearing troubling rumors about Ash and Scar. Undead, mainly. I guess I can mark this one off my list.
Looks like we're digging. Aid me!
Pocket!
To the side!
I need... Light it!
Have you come to meddle as well? I could always use more corpses. Tormented souls of the dead arise and kill these interlopers. Tormented souls of the dead arise and kill these interlopers.
I can't allow you to muck about in here. Know that it was Varain Pelengare who ended your life.
Pain ain't the word for what we're gonna do to you.
Heal me!
Go around!
Let's have some fun. I'm hurt!
for rabble like you in the Pellingair's rule way rest.
Why did you do this?
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
Peerless blade my big toe.
This so much work, and our paws are so
These dragons are fast becoming a larger issue.
The Ankara, I will start the ritual. No doubt the Ankara and their guardians will try to stop me. Be ready. These things are making it very hard to concentrate. Defend me if we hope to finish this ritual!
for us.
Know if I can keep this up much longer.
Taking aim.
Can never have enough of that. Let's ride! Found something interesting? Feeling chatty? Off we go! Tired of walking anyway.
May I help you?
Greetings.
nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
If those dungheads had proper tails, what we did to their supply camps would put a kink in them. One more small task, Five Claw, if you are willing. This one would have you help the strange one named Cadwell. Cadwell was adamant about helping our cause. He's been tinkering with bits and scraps, claims he's made traps. Cadwell works along the main road that heads south out of Riverhold. Make sure he doesn't blow himself to bits, yes? Now, Nalado must return to the city before the Iraxians arrive in force. This one wants to be...
So good to see you again. I missed you terribly. Now, mind where you step. I had no idea I could make such delightful murder toys. You don't want to stick a toe into any of them, though. Blew my little piggy right off. I can play a lute. Magnificent swordplay, my speciality. Can even make a delicious Daedra heart flambe. But these doodads that go kaboom just popped into my head while thinking about how to help the catfolk. I quite like the catfolk. Wouldn't that be remarkable? Decide you need to know something and it just occurs to you in a flash of inspiration. Chocolate souffle. No, it didn't work. More likely, it's something I knew before they chopped my head off and scrambled my memories. Took it right off the old body, yes. Not that I recall details. Probably better that way. Anywho, you can help me arm the last few traps along the road. Just twiddle the spring and tweak the fiddly bit. Carefully. Watch. I'll show you. To arm a trap, just twiddle this bit like so, and... Oh dear. I'm fine. I twiddled when I should have tweaked. Just a wee bit scorched, that's all. Oh my, it's happening again. Well, that's an evil-looking orc, a necromancer, I do believe. I recognize that tree. They're on their way to Riverhold. That's not good at all. And I have enough trouble seeing through my own eyes, let alone someone else's. I hope this doesn't become a regular occurrence. The betrayer's head. I'm not sure why we're connected or why it insists on showing me the most disturbing images. I saw an orc necromancer, dreadful chap. He's coming to rubbish and poppycock. That makes no sense whatsoever. Wait, I remember something. The betrayer. Those loon priests called me that right before they... Well, we need to warn the cat people. The necromancer is coming, and he's bringing undead.
For Queen Euraxia!
Riverhold with cats so bold. I'll see you there if truth be told.
Yeah!
Over here, Five. We must get inside and prepare to defend the town. Euraxia's forces are on their way.
Perfectly aligned teeth.
More undead. Just like at the Defense Force outpost. Regular troops are bad enough, but shambling corpses, they unsettle even the most seasoned Khajiiti warrior. We need to warn Garrett. Almost. I wish we had another day and another pride of warriors, but our claws are sharp. Finish your business. Speaker, we have news!
Report, Kamira.
The Euraxians have necromancers in their ranks.
The Usurper Queen dare send undead against us? Five Claw, find Captain Nalido and warn her.
Strike hard! Drive back the Euraxians! Five Claw, did the speaker send orders?
Riverhold belongs to Queen Euraxia, cats!
Grave-robbing cur!
Every death is just a new recruit for Euraxia's army!
This one hates killing the same fools again and again! This one must warn them!
The necromancer's spell will animate every corpse in town. But this one has an idea. Meet Zamorak at the temple, and maybe we can disrupt the spell. River holds blessed moon pillars. They can cleanse the necromantic curse. They spilled blood in this sacred place. Keep the undead away, Walker. And the prayer are one. Come, let us find the blessed pillar of the spring moon. As long as the necromantic spell remains in place, the dead will keep rising. Deal with the undead while Zamorak recites the prayer. The moon has sanctified the ground. Let us proceed to the summer moon. Deal with the undead while this one activates the pillar of the summer moon. Okri, Jashin. One more, the pillar of the winter moon, near Kahajad Hall. Baba Kri Frisin. The moon pillars are activated. Riverhold is sanctified.
It's working! The dead are dead again! Wait. Something is coming.
Dark moons! Dragons!
We can't fight dragons! This one will order the retreat.
Such pathetic creatures. Flee before Kalgranted, you insignificant morsels!
No. Riverhold belongs to the Khajiit.
Chimera! Consider your next words very carefully.
Now I'll speak the words my people need to hear. We are Khajiit. We are the children of Alkosh, the daughters and sons of Joan and Jode. We do not run, even from dragons.
Bolokdan! Prove your worth! Destroy these paltry insects!
Stand with me, people of Anequina, for I am Chimera, daughter of King Hemakar. I am your queen. Now, Five Claw! Use the ballista and drive the dragon to the ground! We have shown that the Khajiit will not run, not even from a dragon!
All hail Chimera, daughter of King Hemakar and Queen Numara!
Soon, Rimmen and all of Anequina will once again belong to us. The reign of the Usurper Queen nears its end. On this, I give you my word as the heir of Anequina, the daughter of King Hemakar, and the true queen of Rimmen.
We have plans to make. War Council, with me.
The speaker is correct. There's still work to do. Let's convene in Kahajab Hall. You killed a dragon. Impressive, but don't let it go to your head. It was just one, and not even that large of a specimen. Plus, of course, no one will remember your feat. They're all going to be talking about the return of their queen. I had every faith in your ability to handle the situation. There was no need to intervene and tarnish your moment of glory. Besides, my considerable strategic skills serve the Khajiiti cause better than my battle magic. I leave the mayhem to you. Honestly, I had no idea. Chimera's rousing words were all well and good, but it will take more than inspiring speeches and old siege weapons to take down my half-sister. Based on recent events, only one course of action makes sense. We must strike at Rimmen and remove my half-sister from the throne before...
The War Council has much to discuss.
The War Council... Based on recent events, only one course of action makes sense. We must strike at Rimmen and remove... My half-sister continues to be an embarrassment to our family name. The time has come to deal with Euraxia. Permanently. Half-sister. And yes, if it comes to that. Euraxia conquered Rimmen without authorization. She oppressed the Khajiit, unleashed hordes of undead, and made a deal with the dragons. If we don't depose her, I hate to imagine what she'll do next. Who said anything about a direct assault? Subterfuge is called for. I suggest a small group slip into the palace, locate Euraxia, and remove her from the throne by any means necessary. Talk to Garesh Ree. He knows someone who can get us inside.
Now that I have revealed my true heritage, we need to act quickly, Lord Speaker.
I agree with the princess. The time has come to remove my half-sister from the throne.
Queen Tarn. I have not been a princess in a very long time.
I stand corrected. Queen Chimera. You said you had a way to get us into the palace, Lord Speaker?
I do. Five Claw, let us speak. Like most of Abnur Tharn's plans, it is both brilliant and daring. If it has any chance to succeed, however, we need a way to get a small force into the palace without being seen. Luckily, I may have an answer. The former custodian of the palace, he knew the place like the back of his paw. Remarkably, he survived Euraxia's conquest and the purge of the royal family. Find him, and he should be able to provide us with an unseen path into the palace. Aneshi. He served as Castellan for Rimin Palace under King Hamakar. You can find Aneshi southeast of here, where he now cares for a shrine to the ancient hero Kunzari. Learn what he knows.
Only stealing if you get caught, right? Nice hole.
You have come to Cicatrice in a time of great danger, traveler friend. Toxic fumes permeate the air, and corpses walk among the ruins. We were exploring the nearby oasis caverns when the fumes first began to spread. Only Najira, I would need to first create an antidote. However, I require samples from... Thank you for the aid, traveler friend. The undead walk the... When we entered the caverns of the oasis, all seemed quiet. Then, suddenly, fumes began to... The fumes must have disoriented them, for they ran farther into the caverns. By the time we found the entrance, Najira could barely walk. Precisely. An antidote will both allow us to enter the oasis safely and heal my companions of their weakness. Once, the town of Cicatrice was a cool blessing within the scalding desert. The oasis beneath the town was clear, and many believed it had power to heal their ailments. When the Nahatan flu came to Elsweyr, many hoped that the oasis would heal them. They traveled here seeking hope. They could not. The reigning monarchs quarantined infected towns in order to stop the disease from spreading. Cicatrice was eventually burned to the ground. And so, its people fled to the oasis. When the Nahatan flu devastated Cicatrice, its people fled into the safety of the nearby oasis. Yes, it is by her letters that I know of Cicatrice's suffering. She was a talented alchemist, and I hope to find my mother's research and share her findings. It's very likely she died here, trying to... When we entered the caverns of the oasis, all seemed quiet. Then, suddenly, the fumes must have disoriented.
In a big family, you have to scrap. Tired of walking anyway.
Then Najira will go alone. She will not sit idle while her friends suffer.
Please, don't be foolish. Najira, wait. I am glad to see you unharmed. She fears for our companion's safety. I urged her to wait, for without an antidote, a cactus with a bright pink flower, it has great medicinal properties. Would you collect a blossom? Thank you once more for your aid.
Sweet and airy, with a hint of crunch.
It's just a rush. She swears it's just a rush. Yeah. Yeah.
How dare you intrude upon my oasis! Leave this place! Now!
Yes, this should... My antidote is nearly complete. All I need now is the a Nereid. Most peculiar. I wonder if she's somehow connected to the oasis. But thank you, traveler friend. I feared to ask, but already you... My egg mother attempted to develop a cure for the Nahatan flu when it first struck Cicatrix. Here you are, traveler friend. Let us hope this potion has the desired effect.
You must leave here now. Iokas, I knew he would not abandon us. You must hurry. My companions ran deeper into the... I will be all right. The fumes have weakened me.
Najira should have listened to Iokas. Thank you for saving this foolish one, Walker. She should not have returned.
You lead.
Please, is anyone there? Thank you, stranger. This one will find her way out.
die here. Did Iokas make this? Reibanji must thank him.
You switch!
It's not the fumes. I heard someone in the central chamber.
It is all right, Laratan. I believe you. Thank you for saving my companion. Thank the Hist. I was worried her research would be lost forever. She writes of a Nereid who lives here. And the Nereid once made this oasis a place of healing. But by filling these caverns with sickness and death, I'm afraid that the Nereid must be killed. She posed. With your help, my egg mother's terrible mistake can finally be mended. Thank you, traveler friend. For now, Nereids are inherently linked to the body of water they inhabit. The plague victims stayed within these caverns for weeks. Slowly, they tainted the purity of the oasis. What? Precisely. As the clear waters of this oasis grew polluted, so too did her spirit. Once, the Nereid healed those who came to her. Now I'm afraid it will still take many years to fully heal the oasis. But
No! I won't let anyone corrupt this oasis! Not a...
Good. I was afraid of this. It does my heart good to see you unharmed. I trust the Nereid suffers no longer. In a way, I did learn what happened here. My egg mother sought to create a cure for the plague, but I did not journey to Cicatrice to seek her good intentions. There has been much animosity between the Khajiit and Argonian races because of the Nahatan flu. My people are immune to the disease, so many believe we created it. Through her research and sacrifice, I had hoped to bridge the gap between our people, prove that Argonians are not the cold-blooded monsters so many see us as. But sharing what happened at Cicatrice may only strengthen the Khajiit's hatred. I do not know. I must reflect on this. Still, I thank you for all that you've done. May your path be easy and your footsteps sure. The foul wind of our misfortune has turned into a gentle breeze. My companions are recovering well. I suspect both the fumes and the undead will linger for quite some time. Have no worries, though. I will make sure that its dangers are known to Elsweyr. The Khajiit look up to their skies and see dragons soaring overhead. They look across their fields and see bloody battles raging. They have not the time nor... The Nereid was the source of the corruption. It was her power that created toxic fumes and raised the undead. How are our companions?
Off we go!
All is well, Egg Brother. Your antidote has helped them immensely.
That's good to hear.
Iokas, were you able to find your mother's research notes?
Yes. Our traveler friend was able to collect them.
And what did they say? What happened to Cicatrice?
Let us speak of that after you've recovered. For now, you need to rest.
I wonder. Headed into Darkpool Mine. Good. For me, I mean. Not for... maybe for you too. Who knows? Maradanikur. My partner, Hadass, and I came here to survey the mine. Plenty of sulfur and oil hereabouts, right? Only catch... Still inside! A Daedrath caught us sniffing around, right? Hadass tried to tell it that joke he knows, to make friends, yes? Doubt it worked, but who knows? This one took off running. I feel... Thanks for the help, Rook. Now, I don't want to alarm you, but with all the oil and sulfur, this mine could... Is there a gentler word for explode? Maybe that's what these Daedra work toward. Joan and Jude, one cataclysm at a time, right? Engineers. We build catapults, ballistae, that sort of thing. Like I said, blow things up. What else would we do with it? That Mascars Euraxia's built more walls than I have hairs. Maradani gets shivers just thinking about watching them collapse. Yeah, this one's too slick and clever to swing claws and swords around. Leave that to the Pomerat and the Sanchez, right? Maradan is no scholar, but they look like Mehrunes worshippers. Claws of Dagon, right? Had no idea so many of them lived in northern Elsweyr. You can't let them finish. Definitely. Plus, Mehrunes worshippers are the worst. Have you ever met one? Sour, sore-bottomed cats, always muttering about fire and groundquakes. Maradani loves blowing things up too, but she doesn't get creepy about it, you know?
really don't like your odds.
Trespassers! We will turn you to slag!
You lead. For us.
There you are. Things seemed quite stupid, Hadass. Always thought he'd die from something silly like falling down a privy. I'll let his family know. And this Krah! How did you hold this hammer so long? Like hot coal on the paws, right? Maradane just can't drop it in a bucket of water and forget about it, can she? No, I guess. Ha! Me? No. Maradani will report back to the Northern Elsweyr defense leadership. Then, they'll send a detachment of Senches and Palmar skull smashers to mop things up. Who knows how long that will take, though? There's a war on, after all, right?
hole? You know, I like to think I'm agreeable. If you want to take a break. Really don't like your odds.
Heading to Surindar's cradle? I hope you brought your own water skin. Or you could buy one off me. My rates are... Water, or rather the lack of it. Something stopped the flow from the aqueduct to Surindar's cradle. I've been hauling water for them in the meantime, but they can't keep this up forever. Don't know. Old stones, old gates and levers, who can say for sure? I overheard the adepts discussing the trouble. A young one, Vosby, seems keen to solve...
Let's ride!
Perhaps a director... Well, look at that. If it isn't Nayu's little hero, who'd have thought we'd meet again? In Elsweyr, of all places. You wouldn't happen to be traveling to the town of Hakershay, would you? I'm investigating a rumor about the town's leader, Magnate Faina Darak. Word has it that she's a descendant of the Akaviri potentate. A rather curious rumor, given that the potentate's bloodline should have been wiped out over a century ago. It's a personal matter pertaining to my grandfather's legacy. Painful as it is to say, my family's reputation depends on proving this rumor false. You wouldn't happen to be looking for work, would you? I could use a lending hand. Why don't you begin by speaking to the lady in question? The magnate should be in the town square. Strike up a conversation and see what she reveals. In the meantime, I'll begin my own... Well, I would just love to give you all the torrid details of my last few writs. I'm afraid that secrecy comes with the job description. Suffice it to say, I've kept myself busy. Oh, you know her. Probably up to the usual. A little wine, a little murder. Honestly, I generally find it in my best interest to not know exact details. especially after all that trouble we went through in Balmora. Decided to come for a bit of sightseeing. After all, I heard Hakkoshe is lovely this time. Perhaps. After all, the Morag Tong does like to keep me busy. But right now, what I need to do is gather information. Prove yourself useful. Hakkoshe was built after the fall of the Akaviri Potentate. It's been, let's see now, a little over 100 years now? Yes, right around that. The town was founded by the Akaviri refugees who fled. Potentate Vesidushe began his political career as advisor to Emperor Riemann III. When the Emperor was assassinated, the Potentate stepped up as Cyrodiil's leader. Very fortunate for Vesidushe, of course. He was Emperor in all but name. So goes the rumors, though nothing was ever proven. Unsurprisingly, an Akaviri on the Ruby Throne created conflict. The Potentate was eventually assassinated himself. A few decades later, his heir was similarly slain. The Morag Tong, of course. Who else would be so competent? Following the death of Potentate Severian Chorak and his heirs, a large number of Akaviri and their followers left Cyrodiil. Many wound up here, you know. As an agent of the Morag Tong, my grandfather had the honor of executing the last remaining heir of the Akaviri Potentate. But here's the tricky bit. My grandfather and the heir both disappeared during the attempt. The Morag Tong presumed them dead. If Magnate Fenadarak truly is the descendant of the Potentate, it proves without a shadow of a doubt that my grandfather failed. And such failure would be a grave dishonor.
Finders keepers, as they say.